feeling my aura. Living between cameras and...
Looking good, man.
Quite tough and cumbersome, really, but
especially with all the selfies that people want these days.
I know, and now the thing is, with everyone with a cell phone, the press are everywhere, you know? You can't really go anywhere without being watched. So it's just about being careful, don't do anything silly. And I'm quite sensible. And I'm, well,
you
sort
seem
of.
very sensible.
Well.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's K-On, aka K-On puts you on, and today we are talking about
ChromaKopia.
Or however he says it. I don't know how he says it kind of cool. I don't say it like that. We're gonna get into the lack of privacy or the invasion of fans in music. But as always, if you like the content, hit me with a like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. I got many video essays after this one. But let's get into this. Now, as you guys may know, Tyler, the Creator, dropped 2 new snippets. So as of this day, he has dropped 2 snippets. One is an actual song that he dropped the entire thing to, but the videos are like about 1 minute to 2 minutes long. And he dropped Saint, Chroma, and Noid is the second one. So we have Saint, Chroma, we have Noid. Now you're gonna be like, hey, why, what's happening, bro? What's going on? And if you don't know, I'm gonna link the 2 videos down below. I would recommend checking them out and then coming back to this video. Because I'm gonna be basically kind of breaking down mainly Noid, because that kind of has the main idea behind this video, centered around it. So, ChromaKopia is Tyler, the Creator's new album, which comes out October 28th of 2024. And basically, the first thing that we see is Saint Chroma. We see him with this mask on, almost like Leatherface type of vibe. And he has this crazy, like, Zoolander type haircut that, like, goes in between, or more like a style, not a haircut, but more of a style. That parts his hair down the middle, and he has 2 things pointing up. You know what I'm saying? Two beams pointing up. He's fly. Okay, he's fly. And he's kind of having this, like, general type of activity, this type of vibe. And he's leading people into this crate. Boom, the crate blows up. And you can hear the music. It's ChromaKopia, you know what I'm saying? And it blows up. That's kind of the first video. And that doesn't have a ton to go with the actual, like, kind of topic and kind of breakdown that I wanted to do of Noid. But I think it's important to express kind of how this character is introduced to the world, introduced to us. Now, I think that in itself, just to break that down real quick, I think it kind of shows Tyler, the Creator, guiding people to their own destruction, or this ChromaKopia character guiding people to their destruction. He seems like a leader. He seems confident. He seems to know what he's doing. He even enters the crate himself, and boom, it explodes. So I think that's kind of showing kind of the self-destructive nature that he leads people toward. It's kind of my understanding of it, at least. Now, going into Noid, the main topic of this video, the main thing of this video is, again, that Leatherface character that we're introduced to. Basically, he's paranoid. Okay, he's tweaking out, bro. He's tweaking out. And if you watch the video, which I recommend that you do, link in the description, basically, he's paranoid, bro. All these fans coming up to him. He really has no privacy, no safety. Doesn't know what's happening. He's overstimulated. He's tweaking out. And I want to break down a few aspects of this paranoia that he's going through. Also, the song is amazing. The song is like really good. It has I think it's like an African language, I believe, and an African sample, which I'll put on the screen right here. Song's actually beautiful. I really like it. And again, the lyrics are talking about him being very paranoid. So just to start off, we'll go through kind of some of the lyrics here that's in the video. So again, right when it starts, it says, "Things feel out of order. Look and look around. I'm not sure of paranoia. I can feel it in my aura, living between cameras and recorders." And we go down. He says, "I can't even buy a home in private. Home invasions got my brothers dying. Notice every car that's driving by. I think my neighbors want me dead. I got a cannon underneath my bed." When we're talking about this kind of privacy, we all know that content creators, social media influencers, artists, actors, celebrities in general, the paparazzi follow them everywhere. And it's not just paparazzi, it's fans. It's so many fans. And that's kind of what Tyler, the Creator, is kind of speaking to, is that there is no privacy with these fans. And so Tyler, the Creator, is basically talking about this issue. When he's talking about, I can't even buy a home in private, home invasions got my brothers dying, I think a large thing that I think of is Pop Smoke, where Pop Smoke accidentally posted his address, and his friend also accidentally posted his address. Within the same 2-day span, got invaded instantly, bro. Like, literally the next day, people ran up in his crib because they found out where he lived. They saw his address, they saw his car, and they came in and just... And that was it. That was it, bro. And so Pop Smoke's no longer with us. I think he passed away when he was like 20 or something, bro. Like, I'm older than how old Pop Smoke was. And just from him accidentally posting his address twice within a week's time. And so we kind of see that home invasion got my brothers dying. That kind of speaks directly to that. That like one slip up, boom, they enter your house, you're cooked. Another thing that I think of is Taylor Swift. That some dude was living in Taylor Swift's house waiting for her to come back because he thought they were destined to get married. Again, it's like these crazy fans have it in their minds. They're mentally unstable. I mean, that's the main thing. They're mentally unstable. And so these fans overstep boundaries, social norms, basic human interactions. And I think a large part of that, a large issue of that, of why fans feel this type of way. And I think a large part of that is due to celebrities feeling kind of inauthentic, not real. And they present themselves that way also. Like even me right now, I don't act crazy different, but I'm not as concise, clear. I don't think that deeply in my natural day-to-day, or I do think that deeply, but I don't express these necessarily deep thoughts that I have about different topics in my day-to-day life. It's just not how the world works. It's like not really, unless me and my homies are talking about it, I'm not just going to be yapping about some random topic about celebrities not having privacy. Like, I'm not going to do that. So we all present a certain image of ourselves, maybe the ones that we're most comfortable with. I instantly think of like The Rock. He always seems to have kind of this like strongman vibe about him. Kevin Hart always has to be funny. Tyler, the Creator, for a time, always had to be funny. And there's other celebrities that we don't even hear of, like Kendrick. We don't see his actual side because he keeps himself off the internet. Frank Ocean, another artist that does that. We see these artists and they put on a facade, which leads back to Noid, Tyler, the Creator. This Leatherface character that he has, I believe, represents that falsehood, that inauthentic self, that mask that they have to put on in order to be accepted by the world. We see Ayo, and I think y'all probably know Ayo. She was in like The Bear. She's been in a couple other stuff. Great actress, amazing. They have her coming out tweaking, and she's carrying a torch on her, bro. She got the whole blicky, you know what I'm saying, on the dresser, you feel me? And she has the whole thing, and she has a phone initially. So when she runs up, she's like, oh, Tyler, Tyler, Tyler. And she has the phone, but the phone turns into a gun. I think when I initially saw that, I was like, oh, because, like, she might kill you. Like, you don't know what's happening. And I think it's kind of a double meaning of, like, there's also that unpredictability with fans. But I think the main thing is that with this mask as well, is the phone could be a gun because you might act a certain way. If you don't act as this Leatherface character, you might cause your like a career unaliving. You might end your career because of this phone that this fan has, and you got to act super nice, super cordial, because the world is now taking you in. Unbeknownst to you, you weren't ready for it. You're not ready for it. And I guess this is kind of like the curse of fame, right? This is like the curse of fame. And that's why a lot of people say, like, the worst thing to be is famous and broke. At least famous and rich, you can kind of hide. But famous and broke, you got to work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And so we kind of see these things. You see her coming up crazy. You see these fans hounding him. And I think this imagery is right, is that if you don't act as good as possible, you come off like a dick. You come off rude. You come off mean. And there's videos of Tyler, the Creator, interacting with paparazzi. And if I just showed you this clip, he would seem kind of rude without the whole context of everything. And I'll pull it up, but basically, he just didn't want the paparazzi filming him.
Post the car, bro.
No worries, brother.
Here, I'll give you a picture if you post.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I feel like I usually fuck y'all up because I'm from LA and I don't play that shit.
I know.
If you don't post my car, I'll give you a
absolutely.
photo.
No.
He was just like, don't film my car, bro. Whatever you want, just don't film my car, because I think that is like the last hope of privacy he has. It's his car, his license plate, which will link to his address, which might be a house that nobody knows about. And he wasn't even like, he has to drive his car. He just wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ready for the paparazzi to come up. This is just another aspect of being this celebrity, bro. Being the celebrity that you have no privacy. It's the curse of being famous. It's the curse of fame. So we see the Leatherface being needed in order to not have your career die out from acting how you would normally act if a person came up to you. But there's also a thing of we see Tyler acting very positive with paparazzi very, very occasionally. Again, I think that leads towards that Leatherface, is that he has to act nice. Because now it's going to be posted on TMZ or Hollywood, whatever. And so you have to act as perfect as possible. We kind of see this even more with the Noid video. There's an aspect or a part where he's kind of in the street and he's kind of just moving crazy and he's tweaking out. But his shadow's doing something completely different, showing that kind of a real side of him, which is tweaking, but maybe the shadow has more of a controlled movement. And I think this shadow could have multiple meanings. I may be totally off. That's the vibe that I got, is kind of this real self and the shadow that he casts behind him being two different things, and he has to act a certain way to get perceived how he wants. Like, it's not aligning right now. And I just think it's scary as a celebrity, bro. And I'm not, like, saying, like, oh, boo-hoo all the celebrities. Like, boo-hoo the celebrities. Like, to an extent, they knew what they were getting into. To an extent, they did. But I don't think people can ever predict kind of how they'll feel, how they'll react to this overwhelming sense of being known. Like, everybody, like myself included, we can all go outside and no one knows who we are. And I watched some interview, I forget who I was watching, but they said something like, I can never write my story to somebody new. I wish I knew who it was. If I find it, I'll put it in here. But they're saying I can never write my story to somebody new. Like, I can't be unknown to somebody. They already know who I am. And it's like, we all have the ability to rewrite kind of who we are. Maybe we didn't do good in that last interaction we had with so-and-so, but this new person will never know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we were rude to this person back in the day, but this new person will never know. But when you're a celebrity and everything's on camera, you're being perceived by the world, everybody knows all the information about you, it's like, that's just how you're perceived. Like, I'll never look at Chris Brown the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is not to be funny or nothing. Like, if I met Chris Brown, I would have a negative, and I do have a negative connotation about him. I don't know how I would react, but I probably would be hesitant to be cool with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I know all this stuff about him. And that may be deserving. That may be right. That may be correct. But I think it just goes to show kind of that he can never get over that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be hard. Now, I don't think all people do this. Maybe some people kind of have that disconnect between celebrities' lives and what they hear on the internet. But something heinous is like hitting somebody. That stays with me, bro, to be honest, because I take that serious. So I'm not going to treat you like, I'm not going to be cool with you, bro. You got a history of hitting people, bro. I'm not going to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? I think it just kind of goes back to Tyler being super paranoid, not being able to just be outside. People constantly perceiving him. Him having to be worried about people robbing him. People, and there's a really cool shot where he's in front of the mirror and somebody has a gun to him and he's like dropping his stuff on the floor, like, to give it to him. And it just shows that he's just paranoid. He's just worried all the time. I think there's one aspect of fame, popularity, being a celebrity that I think a lot of us easily forget about. Even though a lot of celebrities, I feel like, bring it up in interviews and stuff. We just don't hear about it because, like, that's not going to be on the news. That's not going to be in our face. That's not going to be something we care about because, oh, boo-hoo, a lot of people know who you are. But in actuality, when that's actually put into practice, it's a terrible thing. Like, it's good and bad. I mean, a lot of people knowing you has its benefits, of course, but not being able to have a private life. Always having to duck and cover. Putting on, like, a hoodie and a face mask. Like, you really got to be concerned about a lot of these things. Like, there's a level of fame where it's too much. And Tyler is so easily recognizable. Like, there's some celebrities I would never recognize. Like, Metro Boomin, I would never recognize on the street. No hate to Metro, I just would never recognize him. Tyler, the Creator, I would. Shaq, I would recognize 100%. Like, Shaq cannot just go outside. You know what I'm saying? And yes, these are things that they kind of put themselves in. Yes, these are things that, like, they could have avoided had they not done X, Y, and Z. But I think when you're creating art, when you're moving towards your passion and it's perceived by the world, it's kind of inevitable. And I think that's the sad part, is, like, fame is inevitable to passions that are only successful due to consumption. And I think that's kind of a curse in itself. It's like your passion is necessary on consumption. Not saying to do your passion you have to, but to be successful and, like, success in terms of making money, but that's not the only type of success. But if we're talking about success in terms of making money and a livelihood, you have to be perceived by a good amount of people. And I think that's just kind of the scary aspect of this. and of the world. I really want to bring this topic up because the Noid video kind of just further solidified kind of the thoughts that I had about celebrities and like privacy and these kind of things. And it's overall just like very sad when I think about it. And so I kind of wanted to frame it in like relating to his Noid video, which I think does a great job at presenting this topic in like a not crybaby type of way. Like he does not come off as just complaining. There's real reasons why he's paranoid about these things and kind of how he sees the world. I think it's really cool to have that perspective and kind of see that imagery. But they're rich. Always got to preface, but you're rich. Makes a lot of things easier. Doesn't wipe the problem away, but makes these things easier. The worst curse is broke and famous. But that is the main points I want to talk about in this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. The last videos have done so great. You guys have like been showing out, been supporting. I appreciate you guys so much, bro. I appreciate you guys so much. It means the world. I think last video had like 500 views, but the videos before that were all like 1,000 the past like 4. So the fact that we're hitting this 500 to 1,000 range is like insane to me. Like we have like 1,300 followers, subscribers on YouTube. So that's a great percentage. Like when you put it in perspective, getting like 75, 60 or 40% of the viewership or 50% or sometimes even 100% of retention rate between like subscribers and viewers is like insane, bro. Like that is crazy. So I just want to say thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys. As always, check out my other content down below. Everything will be in the description. Follow my Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, all in the description as well. And thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Peace out. Be smooth. Check out the other video essays. I love y'all. Peace.